more enthusiasm. Mr. Peter Mwema, welcome.
Hello. Hello. Azimio. Azimio. Thank you very much. My name is Peter Mwema Mudhaka. Shaman Juakali, Karibani Cluster. We thank you the Lord. The year 2019, we saw like a miracle. On Juakali, 3 clusters, we are requested tuungane na tupewe kazi Fakrot. Na hiyo mambo ilifanyika kwa haraka kwa yule alikuwa ametusimamia Ana Mutai. Na tukaambiwa these Juakalis were Kariobangi, Kamukunji na Ngong. Tuende tuongee na Washaina tukisaidiwa na serikali. Na hiyo mambo ilifanyika, na hiyo mradi tuliumaliza kwa haraka sana kwa miaka 2. So tunaomba Juakali tukiendelea kusaidiwa because sasa tuko na network ya hawa watu walikuwa wametuandika, wameenda East Africa yote, wanatuitia kazi huko because ile kazi tuliwafanyia walikuwa nakataa ya kwamba hatutaweza, but wakanjua ya kwamba sisi tuko sawa na tuko gangari. Hiyo mradi imeisha, tumelipwa pesa yetu yote, the contract tulikuwa tumepewa 1 items, tukajaribiwa nao milango yote. Milango ya chuma ilikuwa 7,000, milango ya mbao ilikuwa 8,000 na kuifix yote. Na wa China wakatufundisha vile tutafix kwa haraka na tukakuwa pamoja, tukasaidiana na hiyo kazi ikaisha in time. Sasa tunaongea hatukuwa tunajua mambo ya KRA. After 2 months KRA walikuja wakatufundisha vile tutawalipa pesa yao. Tulikuwa na deni yao na tukawaambia tumejua na tumewalipa, kwa hivyo sisi ni walipa ushuru ambao hatukuwa tunalipa ushuru kitambo. Simutupikie makofi. So tuko around hizo Juakali tatu zilichikanishwa, tuko 3,000 members. Na sasa tumeomba Kenya mzima wote tuungane, na tunaomba Mheshimiwa Rais wetu wa 5 akiingia endelee na hiyo mpango kutusaidia. Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much, Chairman Mwema, speaking about the opportunities that are being created for MSMEs. At this point, a very brief interlude before we continue with the other speakers. Mdomo.
Oh, thank you, Mike. Your Excellency, sir. Allow me to invite Milka to perform for us a popular song entitled Yesu Tio. Makofi mazuri. Asante sana. Asante sana. Ikiwa wimbo huo utunzi wake unatokana na tamthilia ya Biblia, wana wa Israeli walipovuka mto Yordani kwenda nchi ya ahadi. Ingawa walishinda, hawakupigana, Mungu aliwapigania. Akupiganie Mungu rais wetu mpendwa Engineer Daktari Raila Amolo Odinga. Michael here, kindly may I invite you back to call the other speakers. And even as Michael here comes, may I remind all our speakers to keep it brief, to accommodate all aspects of our program. And as Michael here comes forward, may I, Your Excellency, at this point draw our attention to our screens to watch a video, a short one, on healthcare and the importance of a better one, so to speak. Karibu.
Upande ya matibabu, nimesema tutaki kuona kama Mkenya ni mgonjwa na hawezi kupata matibabu. Kila Mkenya atakuwa ndani ya bima ya matibabu. Yule ambaye hawezi kulipa, atalipiwa na serikali.
With Baba Care, it is universal healthcare for all. So accessibility to specialized care, we would like the government to actually increase the uptake of NHIF, because that makes it easier. Once you pay your monthly contribution, you're able to access any care without any charges. And that also helps to sustain the facility and also improve the services that you're offering to the community.
Kwa heshima nitamkaribisha Mama Charity Ngilu aweze kuzungumzia masuala ya afya.
Ladies and gentlemen, a rousing round of applause for Madam Charity Ngilu.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga, Your Excellency, our Deputy President, Mother Karua, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, hamjambo. First, Your Excellency, your manifesto of 10 points is really a game changer in this country. When you talk about Baba Care, that is where it begins to build a wealthy and a healthy nation. Your Excellency, it is not difficult, quite honestly, to address issues health. What you have seen in the picture here is just to show that the first thing that we all got to address, and the manifesto addresses it, is to make sure that we prevent and promote better health care for all. That it should not be expensive for people not to afford. And I know with the commitment that you are making in Baba Care, this will be done. We know that a healthy nation, a productive nation, must first and foremost address its health needs. Your Excellency, these issues of health has bogged Kenyans down and have been unable to access better health care. And there can never be a better chance for all Kenyans today to get better health care through your government, Azimio la Umoja, that is coming in. You have committed yourself, you have shown it, you understand it, and we know what needs to be done. That team you are going to put in place needs to understand from the records that we have, 5.7 million Kenyans after the COVID are unable to access health care at all. And therefore, looking at it and the resources available, we need to go to all the health facilities in this country, make sure that we have available drugs, make sure that we have available health workers, motivated, well-resourced, and going there to go. We need to make sure that people understand the importance of health. We need to make sure that women can access better health care. We need to deal with maternal health and infant mortality, health that has bogged down many African countries. that difficult areas to reach can actually be accessed through mobile clinics, and that again is doable. So I do believe with a commitment, ile tumeona baba akiongea, kina mama, watoto, wote waangaliwe vizuri, watibiwe vizuri, because it's a very expensive affair, needs to start at the primary health care level. We need to ensure, and Baba, you have talked about it, that they can be diagnosed in good time. They need to go to health facilities which are near their places. And the Baba Care also is going to take into account what you have told us, that resources for health need to be devolved. The functions have been devolved, but the funds have not been devolved. So once this is done, I'm sure we are going to have proper health care for this country. It is doable in our Zekana, and we are looking forward to having that. Final one, Your Excellency, let us ensure we can restructure and ensure there is capacity in NHIF and in KEMSA that distributes drugs. Because once again, it is possible for drugs to be distributed in the entire country seamlessly and easily. Hii ni kusema kila mmoja wetu anaweza kupata matibabu ambao anaweza kuafford. Si wale wanaweza. Na ya mwisho, hata sisi wakubwa tuende mahospitali yetu ya public ili sisi tujue what our people go through. Kwa sababu ukiwa uwezi ukaenda our public hospitals, then what kind of a leader are you? During the COVID, hakuna mtu alienda nje, sisi tulikuwa hapa. Kwa hivyo sisi tuendelee na hiyo. Asante sana, Your Excellency. Your manifesto is really holistic, talking about food, making sure that people have good food, making sure that people have clean water, and this is where better health begins. Asante sana, Mungu atubariki, tukienda kuingia kwa Azimio serikali ili tuende na tuiserve. Asante sana. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Madam Charity Ngilu. We'll have a brief video on the ICT as we continue looking at the different sectors and the impacts of the Inawezekana agenda.
Hello, my name is Bosco Somi. I'm a gentleman who came up with an innovation with aim of empowering youths, and with the current incoming government, I'm looking forward to the support they're giving the youth in the ICT world. I would humbly request my fellow young aspirants, my fellow young
Ladies and gentlemen, as you've seen in the video on ICT, we then now welcome a young man to talk about the expectations with regard to ICT. Kindly help me welcome Bright Gameli. Tumpigie makofi akija tafadhali.
Good evening, everyone. It's of great pleasure to be here, and it's even much more pleasure to see a very good old classmate of mine who I used to do ICT with. So, the digital economy that we see today is of a different magnitude. When I started computers at the age of 6, the things that I'm able to do right now is of a different value, as you can see. We are seeing a change in the kind of things that we're seeing in Kenya today. A lot of foundation has been laid, and we're seeing a lot of multinational coming to Kenya. You see the Microsoft, you see the Google, you've seen all of these organizations come in to set up shop. This shows you one thing. Kenya has been said to be a place where you see that all the talent that you can think about in this continent are here. Trust me, I hire people almost every other day, and the kind of quality I see shows the value of how we are going to become the next digital space. The Silicon Savannah of Africa is right here in Kenya. The foundation has been laid, and I know we have the winning ticket right in front of me. And the next, thank you. The next things that we're going to see in Kenya is going to be solving a lot of problems. We have data, a lot of data analytics that is there. You can see the fact that we, in the next few years, with the winning ticket here, we will be able to predict malaria before it happens. We will be able to actually change the way of healthcare, change the way we see agriculture. SMEs, cybersecurity is going to change. And we have all the brains and technology right here in Kenya. And I know that the next government, which is right in front of me, the winning ticket, is going to actualize that. Thank you very much. But before I leave, you saw the app that was there. Make sure you download the app, Azimio Volunteer, on Play Store, on Google Android as well. You can download it, get to use it, get to see, can connect with everybody. And you know what? Kenya is the next Silicon Savannah, and that can only happen with the next government, which is right in front of me. Thank you very much.
Sote tutizame runinga zetu. Tutaonyeshwa video inayozungumzia masuala ya safari ya kina mama.
Kwa majina naitwa Caroline Nyayo. Mimi ni mzaliwa wa Nairobi. Hapa na muuzaji wa samaki pia hapa Kenyatta Market. Sasa tungeomba baba tusaidie tu, na kwa sababu kazi tunafanya tuna deal na fresh fish. Unaona kama hizi fish ni fresh kabisa. Na sasa tungeomba tu kama baba anaweza tusaidia, atusaidie na kitu kama cold room, tunaweza kasa samaki in case imeingia late. Kama sasa leo fish imeingia late, so inabidi ungangane uuze mchome kwa sababu hatuna pale pa kuweka. So tungeomba tu kama tutasaidia, tukiwa na refrigerators pale tunaweza weka kama zimeingia late, kwa sababu hii samaki tunatoka mbali nyumbani all the way. Alafu pia tungeomba tu kama anaweza, lakini najua ataweza, yeye anajua ataweza, akisema ametenda. Angetusaidia kama kama hizo samaki tunauza saa hii, tunaiuza alafu ndo tunalipa wenyewe. Msipowalipa hawatakutumia mzigo. Sasa tungeomba kama anaweza tusaidia na finance kidogo, ile tunaweza lipa kama loan to boost biashara, ndio sikuwa tunafanya hivyo, lazima uuze ndio ulipe. Hiyo tu tungeomba tusaidie nayo. Azimio!
Boy, makaka ngeni, nafanya biashara ya donut. Mimi ni single mother, si ndio? Yaani asubuhi naamka, tuseme ni saa 12 asubuhi. Nakuja barabarani. Kuja kupika aisa maandazi asubuhi, jioni donut hizi, niokote kobore. Hii kobore nitalisha familia yangu au nitasomesha familia yangu au nitalipa nyumba. Kwa sisi tuko tunamuomba, yani baba atusaidie kwa hili. Kwa sababu hatuna pesa, hatuna nini. Unaona hii kobore haitafika hata 1000 mpaka jioni. Sasa na watoto wanataka wanywe chai, wale, wasome na wavae. Kweli hii kobore itatosha? Yaani kama angetupa pesa ya kufanya biashara, tukomboe nyumba yetu ya mahali ya kufanya biashara na lesson kitu kama hiyo, tungefurahi pia. Ndio shida tuko nao wa mama, kwa sababu tungekuwa na pesa tungekodisha nyumba, si ndio? Lakini hatuna pesa, ndio maana tunakaa hapa kwenye vumbi. Tunanyeshewa na mvua, tunakaa kwa jua, baridi, kwa sababu ni shida. Tungependa pia sisi maisha mazuri, lakini ndio hatuna uwezo.
So ladies and gentlemen, we are part of the liberation struggle. Advancing their cause intentionally is a duty that belongs to all of us. We owe it to them, we owe it to ourselves, and we owe it to our country.
Despite their obstacles, the women of Kenya have been carefully banding together, empowering themselves and making careful incremental steps along the moral arc towards gaining their justifiable places in the larger responsibilities of our society. In our political landscape, our women leaders have been some of the most consistent and visionary, dedicating themselves to daring ideas that were ahead of their time.
In August of this year, if it is the wish of the Kenyan electorate, we have a chance of electing a woman and shattering the glass ceiling by assuming the second highest office in the Republic of Kenya.
The women of Kenya are worthy, and they have been for a long time, even though it's been quite the journey for our whole society to embrace this.
Inawezekana. Azimio la ugatuzi, azimio la jitihada, azimio la kina mama, azimio la ukulima, azimio la viwanda, azimio la wananchi, azimio la uwajibikaji, waste not a single child, maji kwa kila boma, Baba Care.
Welcome on stage, Madam Carol Karogu.
I thank you very much. Our incoming president, the Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, your lovely Deputy President, Honorable Mother Karwa, ladies and gentlemen, hamjambo, Azimio, inawezekana. Ladies and gentlemen, this year we are confronted with the most momentous election of our time. Momentous because for the first time in the history of this nation, the women agenda is truly and honestly on the table. We know this for a fact because a few days ago, Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga nominated a woman, the first woman in the history of this republic, to be his running mate and the incoming Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. We are also confronted, ladies and gentlemen, by a very definitive election, an election that will define the moral fabric of this nation, an election that helps us choose good from bad. On one side, we have the conformists. On the other side, we have the reformists. On one side, we have those who pardon and perpetrators of corruption. And on this other side, ladies and gentlemen, we have those who genuinely have fought corruption for this country. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, for me, it is very easy. It's between the good and the bad. It's between the future of this country and regressing this country. Let me say, women of this country have been part of the struggle of this country from pre-independence. We pay tribute to those women you have seen on the streets and those you have seen on the screens, and we want to assure you as the women in leadership today that the efforts of the women whose shoulders we stand on will not go in vain. Let me take this chance to really appreciate women who have taken the chance to get into elective office, because the last election statistics are showing us we were only about 25%, and we know for sure that this year we will have more women in public offices. Allow me to appreciate women like Gladys Wanga, who is vying for governor, women from the north like Fatuma Gedi, who has put her heart in the ring, Priscilla Nyokavi from central Kenya, a lady from the Maa community like Naisula, and many more women who have put their hearts in the ring and said, we are ready to take up leadership positions of this country. There's a lady who is the CEO of Facebook, and I like to quote her because what she said makes a lot of sense. Because the future of the world, in the future, we will not have female leaders. We will only have leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, that future is here with us. Allow me to say a few things that perhaps Mama Ngilu has touched. There are women who have put themselves out even for the highest office. Women like Mama Ngilu, Masani Angilu, women like Mother Karua. These are women who have stood and vied for the highest office of this nation. To you women, congratulations, nyinyi ni mashujaa. Allow me, as I finish, to say that the journey of women in this country goes beyond the women you see up here. It goes beyond the women you see in platforms. For the Azimio coalition, and because I have had benefit to look at the manifesto, I want to assure this nation that in Baba's government, matters of the women in the grassroots are at the heart of the Azimio coalition. I would tell you without a shadow of a doubt, a woman who has no access to healthcare is a woman who has been indignified by her nation. A woman who has no access to education for her children is a woman whose nation has indignified her. A woman who has no access to clean, safe water is a woman whose nation has indignified her. And I want to thank Baba and his team, because under Baba Care, we are sure that there will be primary health care to go into the grassroots woman, to help the women in the grassroots. Under Baba's government, we have the Magic Wakila Boma and the women in the villages who have water, not in a water tank near their homes, but in their homesteads. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I want to assure you on behalf of women of this nation that now, more than ever before, women are fired up and ready to go. We are ready for this campaign, and we want to assure all of you that these days, women are not agonizing. We are organizing ourselves in the grassroots level, and we will give Baba a resounding win. Let me end with the words of Mother Karua. It's good to quote somebody when they are seated, because then they can correct you. Many years ago, I remember listening to her, and she said, she told us, shh, listen to the footsteps that you hear in the background. Those footsteps belong to millions of Kenyan women ready, willing, and able to take their space in the development of this nation. I thank you very much. Without further ado now, ladies and gentlemen, I have the distinct honor and pleasure of calling on stage our Chief Minister, the Wiper Party leader, and a gentleman we have profound respect for. Many of you might not know, but about a year ago, the Honorable Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka had approached me to be his Secretary General of Wiper Party, and I'm so happy that now, so 1 year later, we have him on board, and I can tell you, having Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka back into Azimio has been quite a masterstroke. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give a round of applause as we welcome Honorable Stephen Musyoka.
Buffalo soldier.
Raila Amolo Odinga, our presidential candidate, and my sister and fellow senior counsel, Mother Karua. What a powerful ticket. Fellow Kenyans, I have walked this journey with my brother Raila. In 2013, we launched the Code Manifesto, and in 2017, we launched the NASA Manifesto. But I must congratulate you. This is a 5-star manifesto arrangement. Therefore, right from the word go, I pledge my full and unequivocal support. We have an election to win. We cannot play around. Our country is at a crossroads. A crossroads. We had an occasion like this in 2007, and we almost lost our country. This time, Raila Odinga wins in round 1. And therefore, I'm calling on Kenyans to seize this moment. Please seize this moment. Love your country. But also allow me to pay tribute, because you're going to ride on the shoulders of a man who is agreed to hand over the reins of power, a very rare thing in Africa. I'm referring to my brother Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, who is already ready to hand over. We have seen many conflicts in Africa, many conflicts. But this one now, with this launch of this manifesto, Brother Raila, you have nothing but a big win on the 9th of August. But as I said, we have to come out. Every person must make it that this is their manifesto. On my part, I know we are going to work 24 hours. The very fact we are launching this manifesto at this time of night shows that this country is ready for a 24-hour economy. And so, we also want everybody, no Kenyan will be left behind. I know there are people who have characterized my brother, whom I know so well. And this is why I know there are clergy in this country, the faith community, Christians, Muslims, who are going to say the Christians for Raila Odinga, so that we can also demystify what has actually gone out very erroneously. And I know there are today, for example, 100 bishops and pastors attending this event, thanks to your invitation. Ndugu yangu, mimi sina mengi. Najua kwamba ushindi tunao, lakini lazima tujitahidi. Kila mmoja wetu hapa aweke kando tofauti zozote zile za misingi ya pengine vyama vyetu, and know that under Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya, for the first time we have a coalition political party. And this is tremendous. Therefore, I'm going to ask that we all really hold hands, Kenyans in the diaspora, in the region, Kenyans who give in so much money, and I know that is in your manifesto, the billions that they keep on remitting home. We want every Kenyan to make this nation greater than any other African nation. And that is going to happen under the leadership of my brother Raila and my sister Mother. I again pledge to fight for you like a buffalo soldier. And I will run everywhere. And I will not sleep until you become. You know, you are doing it, my friend. You have run 5 times. 5 times. Look at how God has arranged it for you. You have run 5 times, and you are going to be the 5th president of the Republic of Kenya. May God give you the energy. Kenyans, let's rise on to the occasion. And now, my sister Mother, karibu. Karibu sana, mkaribishe ndugu yangu Raila. Mimi nimemaliza yangu.
tumejipanga, tunapendana kama ndugu, tunachengana, kushikana na Mungu tunatoka wa mwana. Ipeperushwe juu, juu sana, bendera yetu Kenya, ipeperushwe juu, juu sana. Sisi wa Kenya tunaweza, ipeperushwe juu.
Asante sana. My captain and the Azimio flag bearer, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, brothers and sisters, and all protocols observed. Inawezekana. What a magical word, which I hope each one of us can internalize and believe in, because it's a very simple but powerful word or phrase, if you like. It gives us hope. It reminds us of possibilities, of what is possible. 1 year ago, this would have seemed impossible. But if the last few weeks, last few months is anything to go by, we know inawezekana, it is possible. Tonight, we share in this belief and yearning for a better tomorrow as we unveil our manifesto, our promise, our commitment, and assurance to Kenyans that the Kenya we want is possible. Inawezekana. Tonight is about a new beginning. It's about restoring dignity to all Kenyans through health, education, economy, and it's about leaving no one behind. It's about an inclusive society. It is about getting the necessary attention and resources to change the lives of all Kenyans. It's about an inclusive and holistic approach to governance to ensure that the young, the old, male and female, formally or informally employed, rural or urban, have a say in the stake of the land. It is also about laying the groundwork for the legal and administrative framework necessary for the realization of our aspirations. It's about a country built on the rule of law and good governance. It's about a country where citizens are not only equal before the law, but are equal indeed and in the way they are treated. Most importantly, it's about integrity and the prudent use of public resources to ensure that efficiency and effective public service delivery is available for our people. Ladies and gentlemen, I know these are the core commitments that my principal holds dear to his heart, because they are my commitments too. They are a set of our shared values that make me so proud to be part of this ticket. I am therefore very proud as I stand before you this evening, because for me and for millions of Kenyans, it means affordable health care. It also means increased opportunities for our women and our youth. Our manifesto truly represents the people. It is a result of a co-created and participatory process, as those before me have already said, and it's about the aspirations that are enshrined in our Constitution. These are the aspirations of the youth, of women, of children, and of the men of Kenya. It is a set of priorities that will propel Kenya forward towards prosperity. I know we can't wait to hear them, to read, internalize, and act on them. It is therefore, without further ado, my singular responsibility, my singular pleasure and honor to invite my principal and our party's flag bearer, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga,
mikono juu, Azimio na umoja, inawezekana, leo ni leo, leo ni leo, inawezekana, leo ni leo. Wow. Wow. Hello? Hello? Leoni? Leoni? Msema kesho ni? Asanteni, asanteni sana. Wow. Hello? Asanteni sana. I am lost for words. I am so delighted to see so many faces, some of them familiar, but others are truly Kenyan, who have assembled here this evening. This day will go down in history as one of the most memorable days of our times. I want to begin by bringing to you greetings from the chairman of Azimio Council, Honorable Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Although unable to attend physically today, he has told me to tell you that he's with you in spirit. We are beginning a new journey. Yesterday, me and my running mate presented ourselves before the Independent Election Commission, presented our credentials, and all of them were found to be in order. And we were cleared to run for the presidency of this country on the 9th of August this year. So we are ready to go. We are ready to go. We said before we start the journey, we should come together with all our supporters, representatives, and tell the people why we are running. And that is why we are here today. I want to say, as was stated already by those who spoke before me, that this is the result of a very lengthy consultative process with the people of Kenya. We said we don't just want to come and invent things, but we want to be able to represent the views of the people of Kenya. The people of Kenya have said that they want to see a change. They have said that for a long time they have waited for Kenyan dream to be realized. But the forefathers had said that this country was going to be a God-fearing nation, that justice was going to be a shield and defender, that we are going to live in unity, peace, and liberty. And finally, that plenty was going to be found within our borders. For 80 years, they have seen only scarcity. They have not seen the plenty promised by the founding fathers. So we said we need to start on our journey toward realization of that dream. The foundation has partly been laid, but we need to expand on that foundation and move towards achieving the Kenyan dream by dealing a devastating blow to the three major enemies of our people: ignorance, poverty, and disease. Those are the three major enemies of our people. And we said that we confront them frontally by coming up with policies that are responsive to the needs of our people. That is why in this manifesto, we have laid out our strategy of how to deal with those three major enemies of our people. We started with wealth creation. How do we create wealth? This country has remained for a long time purely an agricultural country, basically processing industries, processing agricultural products. You said now we want to go to proper industrialization. This country is very strategically situated on the eastern coast of Africa, on Indian Ocean seabed. It is therefore right to say that it can become a manufacturing hub for the region, Eastern Africa and Central Africa. So you said, you're not just going to come up with processing industries, processing agricultural produce, but primary manufacturing. Instead of importing steel, which we need in great amounts, as we're sitting under this dome here, all the frames here are steel frames. All the high-rise buildings that we have here are all supported by steel. The superhighway just behind us here, running from Mlolongo to Ayakiwe, it's all on steel, and most of it is imported into the country. We are going to make steel from iron ore, part of which we have in this country. Africa is the richest continent on Earth, on planet Earth, in terms of raw materials. Africa exports most of the raw materials to industrial West and East. They import copper ore from DRC and process it and bring back copper products, copper sheets, copper wires and cables for our own use in our continent. They import bauxite from Guinea and Mauritania and bring back aluminum products to Africa. They import iron ore from several African countries and bring back steel products into the continent. We are going to manufacture copper products here. We are going to manufacture aluminum products here. Then we are going to manufacture Automobile components we are going to manufacture here on the continent of Africa. We are going not only to assemble, but also to manufacture primary products here. We are going to manufacture electronic products here. We are going to manufacture, I've mentioned aluminum products. We are going to manufacture tractors here in this country and automobile. Right now, the world is converting from fossil fuels to other forms of fuels. Electricity is going to be the new energy for automobiles. That makes it very easy for us, with the technological base that we already have here, to manufacture automobiles, which are basically electric powered. The new source of energy as the world moves away from the fossil fuels is going to be hydrogen. And hydrogen is available in large numbers in our country here. Rivers flowing into ocean carrying a lot of water. Hydrogen is just extraction of hydrogen from water and leaving oxygen, which is also usable. We will produce hydrogen here and use it to manufacture, to generate energy. Then we will be processing also other products in this country. We will expand to not just processing semi-finished products, but completely finished products here. We will not be importing Nescafe. We will produce Nescafe here from coffee manufactured, produced in Kenya. So we have a lot of potential in this country. We are sitting on a market of nearly 400 million people in the hinterland of our country. And we have got brains, people who are highly qualified, who can be meaningfully engaged so that we can be able to exploit the market that we have behind us. Then having done that, we are going to go into the other areas, as we've been shown, textile manufacturing. And here there's going to be backward and forward integration. We will introduce cotton growing in large numbers in our country. So many other parts of our country which cotton is the only available cash crop. Our textile industry was killed through liberalization. When then they brought mitumba, it killed all our textile industries. Our people are only wearing clothes coming from outside the country. They have been worn by people who are dead. We are going to go to primary production so that our people who are importing mitumba can have good product to sell here. I'm saying that we are not moving anybody out of business. We will ensure that those who are importing mitumba get the first hand to market goods which are going to be manufactured here in this country. We will get the cotton, we'll gin it here, we'll spin it here, and we will make finished product here. And this will create again a very big source of employment for our youth in the country. We will also promote farming of other products like bigsa, products like cocoa. Cocoa can grow here. Coconut is growing on the Sese Island in Uganda. We'll introduce it here as a cash crop and use it to manufacture beverages here in this country. So having exhausted manufacturing, we are going to also promote agricultural production. Agriculture will go hand in hand, as already been mentioned by our Minister for Agriculture, with manufacturing. We will promote agriculture in large scale, and we will also introduce smart agriculture so that our farmers can be able to get value for their efforts. We will subsidize our agriculture by providing farm inputs, providing seeds, providing fertilizers and chemicals at subsidized price. Effective from October this year, a bag of fertilizer will cost not more than 2,000 shillings, from 6,000 shillings currently. We want to ensure that our farmers can work when they're happy. Maize production will also be expanded, and we ensure that we do not import maize when our farmers are having maize in their own warehouses. On the issues of health, we have already been told, your Baba Care is going to ensure that all Kenyans have got access to good health care. All Kenyans will be taken care of. We don't want to see any Kenyans dying from treatable diseases. We're going to promote research in our institutions here so that our people can be able to develop medicines that are made in Kenya rather than importing medicine from outside of our country. In terms of education, I've said that education is going to be free. By free, I mean free. Truly free. True. Our children will have access to free quality education from primary to university. It is doable because we are going to restructure our economy. We will have priorities which we are going to set for our people. I've also mentioned that we are going to employ all the teachers who are trained and are actually staying idle at home immediately so that we can be able to improve quality of education in our schools. So we want the Kenyan to walk this journey with us. What we are trying to offer is not something that is impractical. It has been costed by our experts. We know exactly where the income is coming from, which is going to fund the program that we are going to release. So it is not utopia. It is something that has been worked on by very highly qualified Kenyans, and this is what we are offering. So generally, this manifesto is our contract with the people of Kenya. I want to now highlight our first 100 days in government. What will Azimio government do the first 100 days? Number one, in the field of economic stimulus, because we are in the post-COVID era, we'll roll out an economic stimulus and recovery program. Two, in agriculture, we'll review all the policies, laws, standards, and norms to guide the sector. Three, we'll introduce minimum guarantee for farmers. Then, in terms of livestock, we'll improve access to affordable credit for livestock production. B, we'll introduce livestock insurance scheme backed by appropriate legal framework. On the issue of environment, we'll propose life sentence as punishment for poaching, trafficking, and the possession of ivory. We introduce progressive investment in high-level surveillance in our national parks. For fisheries and blue economy, we review policies, standards, norms, regulations, and legislation to guide the sector. 6, manufacturing. We will waive regulatory and other licensing fees for new youth-led innovations. We will review immigration laws with regard to potential investors in manufacturing to attract foreign direct investment to the country. We will give incentives to Kenyans, including diaspora and foreigners, to invest in manufacturing. In energy, we will set a roadmap to reduction in cost of energy, roadmap to increase generation of energy, attracting investment in alternative and renewable energy. Now, micro, small, and medium enterprises. We will implement recognition of prior learning certification program, that is RPL, by awarding certificates to craftsmen, technicians through apprenticeship. Shahada la jitihada. We'll initiate funding and training for the border. 9, digital economy. Digital economy. We'll expand programs that connect the youth to digital economy, the global networks. Debt management and public expenditure. We'll commence negotiations for debt restructuring, stock management to ease the burden on Kenyan taxpayers. Inua Jamii will implement cash transfer of 6,000 monthly stipend to each of vulnerable households. B, we will commence assistance to single mothers. C, we will implement a social protection program for unemployed youth, modeled along Kazi Mtaani. 2, we will review the cost of living with special focus on fuel, unga, mobile data, and energy. 3, we'll initiate implementation of universal healthcare insurance, Baba Care. 12, education. We'll ensure all unemployed trained teachers are absorbed. 13, security. We'll assign at least 6 police officers in every police station, trained and equipped to handle police-youth relations and also to restore relationship with all the citizens. We will ensure that the police are a force, are a service, not a force, that the police serve the people and not molest innocent Kenyans. B, will improve pay and other terms of service for KDF and police personnel. Good governance. We will declare corruption a threat to national security and establish a specialized department in the security agencies for corruption surveillance. This we shall do within our first 100 days in office. So in conclusion, I just want to say, as Azimio government wants to face this dragon called corruption head-on, to ensure that we can be able to do our things in a clean and fair manner. Kenya has a great potential. Kenya is a great country, surrounded by neighbors with whom we want to work very closely. We are going to work towards the creation of East African Federation. We want to ensure that Kenya moves away from the league of third world economies, and Kenya plays in the league where it rightly belongs, to middle income economies, with a way to move into the first world economy. Kenyans deserve better. Long live Kenya. Azimio! 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 Azimio!
Well, let us all give His Excellency a round of applause and a standing ovation for that very impactful speech. Makofi mazuri tafadhali. Makofi mazuri tena. Asante sana, asante sana. And now, as His Excellency the 5th President takes his seat, thank you, Your Excellency, sir, for that thunderous speech. May we be seated and affix our eyes on our screens as we watch the unveiling of the 10-point agenda of the Azimio One Kenya Coalition Manifesto. We may be seated. And as you continue to watch, is excerpts of the digital version of our Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Manifesto on various sectors of the economy and all sectors affecting Kenyans. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition government is going to transform Kenya with in the next 5 years.
Yeze, leo ni leo, asemaye kesho ni muongo.
Leo ni leo.
Inawezekana, inawezekana.
Leo ni leo.
Kila mtu aimbe. Inawezekana.
Leo ni leo.
Nchi imekuwa na ustawi.
Inawezekana.
Inawezekana.
Leo ni leo.
Inawezekana. Leo ni leo.
Lero, lero, ni lero.
Mikono juu, mikono juu, mikono
ni lero.
Inawezekana. Leo ni leo.
Leo ni leo.
Inawezekana.
Ndoto yao ambao walisema Mungu alipo nchi ichoke.
Inawezekana.
Inawezekana.
Leo ni leo.
Tukae na udugu.
Inawezekana.
Inawezekana.
Leo ni leo.
Leo ni leo.
Inawezekana.
Tupate ustawi.
Leo ni leo.
Na inawezekana.
Inawezekana. Leo ni leo.
Asante sana. Asante sana. Asante. Kwa sababu hatujamaliza hafla yetu rasmi, wapiga picha wote kwa jukwaa tuondoke, na sote tulio hapa mbele tuondoke, ili tuweze kumaliza rasmi. Niombe kwa heshima, wapiga picha wote kwa jukwaa tuende chini. Sote tumesimama hapa mbele tuondoke. Tuondoke, hatujamaliza. Najua tuna furaha, lakini maafisa wa usalama munisaidie kwa kazi hiyo. Kila mtu aliye hapa mbele aondoke kwanza, ndio tumalize hapa. Kila mmoja. Asante wapiga picha. Thank you very much our photographers. May we now give room. All our photographers, let us give room. Security officers, please assist me. Tupatiane nafasi. Asante sana. Asante. Niombe kama tulivyokubaliana, na wapiga picha kwa jukwaa sasa munipe nafasi. Nitaomba nimkaribishe gavana wa gatuzi la Mombasa atupatie kwa kimombo vote of thanks, kisha tutapata wimbo wa taifa, kisha baadaye tutashuhudia maonesho ya fireworks. Kwa hivyo mambo bado. Karibu mheshimiwa. Photographers kindly leave the stage. Thank you. Karibu Your Excellency.
Azimio!
Unanipa utulivu wa moyo, wala roho yako hainanga choyo, kukuwacha ndanzaje,
pendo kama lako tapataje, wewe, girl I wanna have you by my side, you are the one who ring in my mind, ukiniacha itakuwaje, bila wewe nitafanyaje, wewe, everybody say, my dear, naleta vibagia utafurahia, najua umenimisi kunikumbatia, everybody sema 1, 2, 3, uwala waridi say, ati tuvumiliane mama, tusiachane mama, usiondoke hata kibidi, wendo tunda mindo sidi, wewe
ninakupenda sana,
oh, tuvumiliane mama, vumilie mama, tarudi home.
Azimio inawezekana. Kwa niaba ya uongozi wa Azimio tumesimama hapa kutoa kilima cha kushukuru na tuthibitishe kwamba yaliyosemwa hapa yote leo ni kutathmini na mawazo ya Wakenya ambaye rais wa 5 ameyabeba kama mkataba wake na Wakenya. Letu ni kusema mkataba umewekwa, Wakenya asanteni, safari inaanza ya mabadiliko halisi, na Mungu aibariki Kenya. Mungu ambariki rais wetu wa 5 Raila Odinga, naibu wa rais Martha Karua, waziri mkuu Kalonzo Musyoka na Wakenya kwa jumla. Asanteni.
Asante sana gavana mpendwa. Na sasa tunamaliza hafla yetu. Na tunamaliza hafla hii kuwaombeni wananchi wapendwa, kwanza musalie hapa, tutafunga rasmi kwa wimbo wa taifa, kisha tutaenda nje kushuhudia fireworks. Na nitaomba tupeane nafasi kwa vinara wetu. Mheshimiwa Subra, ondoka kwa jukwaa tafadhali. Asante sana. Tuwapatie vinara wetu nafasi. Na sasa sote tuelekee nje ambapo tutashuhudia maonyesho maalum, na ninakuomba usipite sehemu ambayo magari yameegeshwa kwa usalama wako. May we now all proceed to the tartan track for the fireworks exhibition. Thank you very much, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, for gracing this occasion. Thank you.